G'day, John here. Welcome to my shop. Today's episode is a guided tour of my workshop, just to show what is here and how it works. So sit back, relax, and check it out. Cheers. So the centre of the workshop is the lathe, the 2436 Laguna. Brilliant tool. Haven't looked back since the day I bought that. You can see the streaming deck on top of the lathe head. Most of the studio equipment here, I've got 5 webcams positioned around the lathe. Moving on behind the lathe there is the lathe tools. Quite a range of my favourites that I use. Could have done that with a little bit situated in front of the lathe, but room's a premium like in most workshops. The LED light above there has been great, so great addition to the lathe. Finishing products for keeping a cupboard above the lathe handy to access. Seeing some of the USB cables moving on from where most of the videos are made for these back to a PC, which is just behind the lathe on the main workbench in the shop. Sharpening station, CMB file wheels. I use the Pro sharpening system. It's a great little jig. Moving around to that is the old lathe, which is now a buffing station. It's quite handy too. Some of the wheels there just need changing every now and again. A jet planer. Most of the machines in my shop are all jet. I try to keep the same manufacturer, so central support. And Jet as a company has been reasonable in their support. This is the epoxy workstation. Most of the products on the wall there are held by French cleats. Can move around. That there is the barbecue rotisserie modifications to have bowls spinning around at 8 RPM to apply the epoxy finish. It's a great little gadget there. Just behind us we've got the Jet tool drill press, and beside that is the Ren sander. Just moving around from the window there, you'll see it's a cheap little machine. Had it for a couple of years. It's been reliable, does its job. All machines in the shop are connected back to the Jet vacuum system. Hitachi miter saw and the miter saw benches. One of the benches there is a compressor, heating system, 50,000 BTU. It warms up the shop in the winter, gets really cold on the outside. A myriad of tools that most woodworker would have, all on the French cleat system, so they can be moved around and positioned and add new brackets, etc. when needed. The mandatory clamps, never can have enough of those. Moving back towards the main workbench and across to vacuum, which is connected with just 4-inch PVC piping, and at each junction off to a machine is a manual metal gate, so at all times you can shut the gates off in a combination so that one machine is just being extracted and all the others turned off, so that maximizes the vacuum for each of the machine. Whole workshop's got LED lights, and the lighting in there is just fantastic. So couldn't be better. Just showing the extraction system going off to each of those machines to keep the dust down. It works very, very well. Moving on to the far wall, that's my lumber storage, and some of the logs taken in to be ready to be turned into bowl blanks. This arrangement here is where the pole blanks are drying out on the shelves, and there's a cupboard to the right of that, showing most of the finished products they keep stored in the workshop out of the dust. It's building up for the next fair in the spring, and you can see some of the chopping boards and bowls that have been created there. This is the central workplace, another jet machine, table saw, and a built-in router with a lift. Router tools and lathe tools are in those drawers, and it gives a nice workbench to work from. Well, that's it. If you've got any questions, comments, please subscribe. Hit that like button below, and till next time. Cheers.